Hey guys, so this is my second video for vectors, for basic introduction to vectors. Now in this video I'll clarify a confusion that students have, a question that I get every time I teach vectors, right? And a confusion that sometimes takes a while for the students to figure out. So let's say that you have a vector, right? Let's say that this vector is A. Okay. Now, when the confusion is that, some students think, okay, the x component always has a cosine, and the sine component and the y component always has a sine. So that's not always true. If you stick to the convention that this is your angle, and you're always going to measure the angle with the x-axis, so with the positive x-axis, then that's true. But if you choose a different angle, the sine and the cosines flip, right? So so let's first look at this angle again, right? So you have this as your x component, right? This is your x component, this is your y component, right? So so tangent theta will be ay divided by ax, and cosine theta will be ax divided by a, and sine theta will be ay divided by a. So that also implies that so this says that ax is a cosine theta, right? So ax is a cosine theta and ay is a sine theta. Now good, so now ax has a cosine and ay has a sine. So that's the usual way that's sort of the standard way vectors are introduced. But let's say instead of choosing theta, let's say I choose alpha. Let's call this phi. Okay, that's the next common symbol. So now let's say that you choose this angle phi instead of that theta. Now your ax, remember this is the ax component is going to stay the same. It's independent of your choice of angle, right? So although the sines and the cosines might will flip, but the answer for ax and ay should not change in this case. But now ax, if you want to write it in terms of phi, now remember the side opposite to the angle always has a sine, right? So in this case, ax is a sine phi. A sine phi, and ay is, so ay is over here also, ax is over here also, right? Same thing. So ay is a cosine phi, right? So now you have flipped the sines and the cosines. Ax is a cosine theta, and ax is a sine phi also, right? Now you can also, since phi plus theta is 90 degrees, right? Theta is 90 degrees minus phi, right? So cosine theta is equal to cosine 90 degrees minus phi. So if you use the trigonometric relationships, you get cosine 90 cosine phi plus sine 90 sine phi, right? So this is 0, so this whole thing is 0, so sine 90 is 1, so you get sine phi. So you can see that so cosine theta is also equal to sine phi, right? So that's why these two equations are equivalent to these two equations over here, right? And you can always check, so this means that cosine, so let's say that theta is 60 degrees, right? And phi is 90 degrees. Phi is 30 degrees, right? So the sum of these two should be 90 degrees. So you can check on the calculator also that cosine theta, cosine 60 degrees, let's see, so cosine 60 right? So it should be equal to sine of 30. So sine 30 should also be equal to 0.5. So they both are the same. So that's sort of a brief description of the confusion that students typically have regarding these angles. Okay. Hope you like the video. Please ask any questions in the comments if you have, and please subscribe.